Hello, my name is Mauli and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, consider subscribing to my channel for more educative videos like this. Today we'll be looking at Google Jamboard. And Google Jamboard is basically just a digital screen whereby people can use it for collaboration. Now we are in the era of running everything online, making conferences online, even teaching online. So this is just a video for you to know how to use Google Jamboard or Google's digital screen. Alright, so if you want to get into Google Jamboard, you can simply just search Google Jamboard. That's it. So Google Jamboard, that's it. So we have the Google Jamboard here, and then definitely Google Jamboard would be the first link. That is if there is no ad before the link. So you just click on Google Jamboard. So just click on it and then it will take you there. Alright, and another way, so now let's go back. Another way of getting access to Google Jamboard is clicking on Google's app. That is if you open a Chrome browser or if you just type in google.com. Yeah, so if you're on google.com, you are going to find this Google apps icon. So you virtually find it on all of Google's services. Basically you'll find it there. So this icon here is for Google apps. So if you click on it, you scroll down and then you look out for Jamboard. So okay, so Jamboard is here, and you can click on it, long press and then drag it to change its position. Okay, so I'm just dragging it upward. So okay, so now let me place here. Let me just scroll upward and see if I can place it among the first row. Okay, so depending on wherever I want to put it, if I want it to be the first one, that is if I'll be using it frequently, so I'll just put it there. Okay, so it should be here. Probably I might be using it frequently. Alright, so you just click on it and then it will take you to Google Jamboard's page. Alright, so on Google Jamboard page, so you'll be welcome with this interface. Okay, so currently it says I do not have any jam yet. Okay, so I should tap on the plus icon here to create one. So this is the plus icon here, so new jam. Alright, so with this search icon here, I can search for jams that I've created. That is, other content that I've created using Google Jamboard. So I can search for it here, by using the title of however I saved it with. Or so this 3-button menu here just gives you extra information about Google's terms of service and privacy policy, and then Jam help if you need some help about how to use the Jamboard. You just click on it, and then about the jam itself. Alright, and then over here too, I can use this one as a filtering tool. Okay, so this one, when I click on it, I have the jam that is created by me, it's owned by anyone that have been added to it as a collaborator, and then the one that is owned by me. Okay, and then this one is not owned by me. So basically this and this will work in the same way. Alright, and then this one is just a refresh button. That is if you're having a problem with your network, you can just click on it. And then with this one sorting too, you can just use this sorting to sort or to arrange your jams in alphabetical order. So that is how it is. And then this one is just a row view or a grid view. That is, so this one will be in the form of rows. Alright, so now let's jump into business. So as you can see here, you've seen the Google apps icon. So when you click on this, it's the same. You are going to find this Google's apps icon virtually on all Google services. Okay, so now let me open a new tab and then open YouTube. Alright, so YouTube, and let's see if you are going to find the Google Apps icon there too. Okay, so here on YouTube, alright, so over here you only find YouTube apps. Okay, so these are just apps that you can use here, but you're not finding it in it. But if you should go on let's say sheets.google.com, that is using Google Docs or Google Sheets, you'll find it there. So here is the Google Apps, so you find it there. Alright, so that is it. Okay, so now let me click on the add or the plus button here to add a new jam. Alright, so now I've clicked on it, so now it's loading. Alright, so this is how Google Jamboard looks like. Alright, so this is the screen. Okay, so this is the screen, and usually Google, they call it a frame. Okay, so this is the frame or the screen. Alright, and at the top here we have untitled jam, so I can click on it and then give it a name. So I'm naming this jam as my first lesson on Google Jamboard. Okay, alright, so my first lesson on Google Jamboard. Alright, so this is the name of my Jamboard. Alright, so like a digital screen, so a screen can have multiple pages. Okay, so we can click here to create another frame. Okay, that is if we have exhausted this current frame. Alright, so this is how we are going to do it, and then we have the undo, we have the redo, we have zooming, so you can zoom your screen, and then we have set background, and then we have clear frame, that is, it will clear everything on the frame. Alright, so now let's look at how to change the background of your frame. So a frame is basically your screen. Alright, so now by default it's set to this one, then we can have this dot here. So when I choose a dot, you could see that the dots in it, or I can choose the lines, you could see the lines here like an exercise book. And then with this plus, like my basic school days, whereby you'll be given this sort of exercise book to write your 1, 2, 3 in it. And then we also have this one, and this, or you could set an image as your background. So let me just go on Google, so you can upload your own image. You can set by using URL, or you can set by using your camera or your Google Drive or Google Photos. So I prefer to use Google Image. So let me just search for let me say background design. Okay, so let me choose background design, and let's see the pictures that we have here. Okay, so I think which one will be cool. I think let me use, okay, I think this is nice. Let me choose this one. Okay, so set as background frame. Alright, so I'll click on it. Alright, so this is how the image looks like. Alright, so that is it. So I don't need this background, so let me just choose the default one. Alright, so over here now let's look at some of the tools. So over here, so we have the pen tool, so you can click on the pen tool, then when you click on it, so when you click on it again, so you have this, so you have a marker, so there's the pen, you have a marker, you have the highlighter, then you have a brush light, then you can choose a color that you want. Alright, so now, so this is how the pen looks like. So let me just write 2. Alright, by using your mouse or your trackpad, but it will be more appropriate if you have a touch screen whereby you have a stylus pen attached to it. That one you will have a great feel of using the Jamboard. Alright, so the next one is is the marker. So now let's look at how the marker appears. So I'm going to basically write the same thing. Okay, so another 2. So you can see that the marker looks kind of deeper than the pen. All right, then the next one will be the highlighter. So let me choose a different, no, so let's use the same color. So this is how the highlighter looks like. And then the brush. So now let's look at how the brush also looks like. So it just looks like using I beg your pardon, so you're using a brush for painting. Alright, so that is it. And then the next tool is an eraser. So you just erase it. So you just erase whatever that you've written. Alright, and then so yeah, so here we go with this one as well, and then this one as well. Okay, so let me just click on the clear frame so that it will clear everything at once. Alright, so with the select one, that is if we've already added an object, so we'll come back to the select later. And then we have sticky notes. For those of you who are used to the Windows ecosystem, you will find a sticky note. Okay, yeah, sticky note is part of it OneNote, or it's part of the Microsoft Office ecosystem. Yeah, usually it's built in OneNote. Alright, so if you have OneNote installed, you have the sticky note as well. Alright, so Google Jamboard also has a sticky note. So it says you can use Control plus Shift plus P. So you are going to combine Control plus Shift plus P. So here is it. Alright, so with the same approach, if you're okay with or if you're familiar with the Windows operating system ecosystem, you're going to find this. So this one will not be new to you. So you can type in hello there. So anything, if you are in a if you are in a conference, okay, or if you are collaborating with people and then you have ideas, you can just type them as you wish, and then you can also change the background of it. Okay, or you can just give it a non background. So for now, let me just use the sea blue color. Alright, then I'll click on save. Now if you click on save, it will still have it there. Probably you have many ideas that you want to type. Okay, so this is another note. Then if I wish, I may choose another background however I want it. Alright, then I'll just click on save. Then if I'm done, then I'll just click on cancel so that this sticky note will just leave the screen. Alright, so that is it with the sticky note. Alright, and then next one is the next feature is adding an image. And you can see that with the sticky notes, by default Google has left a very appreciable space in between the note. If I'm to add another note, yes, this is my third note. Well, what am I typing? This is my third note. So let me choose the pink color. Let's save it. So I think that's it. Oh, what has just happened? So let me just move it here. Okay, so this is where the select button comes in. So with the select button, you can actually move the object. So right now this has turned into an object, so you can move them and then rearrange them, and then you can also expand them. Okay, so however you want it, you can also expand it, or you can rotate it. Okay, all right, and then with these three icon here, you can just edit it. So click and then to edit your note. Alright, so you can also double click on it, to edit your note, or you can also make a duplicate of it. Alright, so now with the order, if you have if this is on top of another object, so you can send this sticky note behind the object, so backward or send to the back entirely. Okay, so if you're having 3 objects, okay, and let's say there's okay, so let me just put this one on this, and then this one should be on this. Alright, so if I should select send back, so it should be between the sea blue color and then the yellow. Alright, so right now this one is okay. Alright, so now let me undo it. So now let me undo it and see. And now if I should send it back, if I should choose back, it's going to be behind the sea blue color. Can you see it now? So that is how it is. So that is it with the ordering. Alright, so I can also choose to add an image, okay, with the same approach as I added an image to the background. So let me say Jamboard, let me search for Jamboard, then so this is just a Jamboard icon. Okay, yeah, so this is just a Jamboard icon, so let me just use that one. So insert, now it's loading. Alright, so now I have it here. So this has also turned out to be an object. Okay, alright, so I can also choose to delete it or to make duplicate of this object, or I should just send it back or send it backwards. Alright, so that is it with the image. And then we also have this object creator here. So I'll call it an object creator, whereby I can draw an object. Okay, so by default you have a circle. If you click on it again, so we have the square, we have the triangle, we have the diamond, we also have the rounded rectangle, we have the half circle, we have a bar, like we have an arrow. So when you click on any of them, you have this draw plus icon there. So you click and then just drag it, and then it's going to just draw the object for you. So the next one, let me see, a square. So this is also a square, and then half circle. Alright, so that is it with the object as well. And now with the text box, so this is where you can actually write in a text. Okay, so you click on the text box icon, then you have this I-beam icon or cursor. Okay, so just click on it, and then automatically, if you are familiar with Microsoft Word, you have this text box icon. So in it you can just write hello there. Yeah, I'm cool with hello there, or let me just use hello world. Alright, so I'm done with it. So I can choose to drag it also and then place it wherever I want to place it, or it can be here. Alright, and then with the text, okay, so now with the object, okay, with the object that I drew, so we can just have a full color of it so that to fill it, and then with the border lines I can choose a different color of my choice, and then that is it. So I can do it to all the other icons. And then with the text box as well, I can choose the color of my font. Okay, then I can also align it to the left, to the center, and then to the right, so however I want it. And then I can also choose the font style. Okay, so we have bold and big, display, or should be a title, that is if you want to display something. So this is how it will look like. And if it's a title, it will just reduce, subtitle in that order, and then caption will be small. So that is it. And then this is a laser. So with a laser, you just use just to show someone something. That is, if you want to lay an emphasis on it. Okay, alright, so we have it here. So when I'm just showing this one, okay, so now look at here, this one, then it vanishes. Okay, so as and when you draw it, then it keeps vanishing. So depending on however you want to use it. Okay, so it should be fast, so that but in some instances, if you want to be okay, you can also use the pen. Okay, for emphasis, that is, if you want to be sure, so that we just keep it there. So you just use a pen to just circle it, it will be there. But erasing it will take some time for you to erase it. So that is it. Alright, so that is it. So if I'm done with exhausting this page, let me just clean. Okay, so if I'm done exhausting this page, I can just click on this one to create a new frame. Then I'll continue with whatever I was doing. Okay, so this one is a triangle, then continue in that same manner. So that is it. So if you are done, and then you are presenting, you can just go back and then show them your frames. Okay, so now there's the first frame. Now let's look at the second one, then show them, okay, so this is what I was doing, and then the third one, and so on. Just sharing of ideas. Alright, so with the share button here, you can also decide to share it with other people by adding their emails. Okay, so right now just add it here, and then I'm done. Okay, so just add, then click on done here, and so on. That's all. And then if you want to present it to a meeting, you just click on the drop down arrow here, and then to have present to a meeting. So if you are to be in a meeting right now, if you have your Google Meet right now, so it should appear here. Okay, in the same browser, it should appear here. The meeting should appear here. And then if you're using a different browser, you just use this one, present using a meeting code. So just click here, and then you type in the meeting code. Okay, so it should appear. Alright, then you just type in your meeting code or the link to your Google Meet meeting. Alright, so that is it with Jamboard. So when I'm done, I can just clear this one, and so on. Oh, let me just undo it. Okay, alright, so I have this. Alright, so I can just click on this frame, so that I can find all the frame that I've created. And now with the plus icon here, so I can add a frame to the beginning of the first frame here, and with this one I can add a frame, so that the frame will be between with this one and then this one, and same applies to this one, so it will be between this and this, it will be between, and then this one will also be after the last one. So like this, so this one, so it will appear here, it should appear. Alright, so with the so same applies with the three dots there. You can just make a duplicate of it. Alright, so I think you've learned something. If you have any question, please leave it in the comment section, and if you have any suggestion, please leave it in the comment section. Alright, thank you very much, and it's been a pleasure sharing an idea with you on how to use some of these Google products. And if you are new here, please consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful festive season. Bye.